I know I say it every week, but I can't believe it's another Wednesday night.
I know, it feels like just yesterday we were just doing this.
I just where is the time going? The time is just flying by.
Yes.
Anthony, did you see the big addition that ESPN made to the family today?
I don't think so.
They bought WWE.
How does that work?
Yeah. All the Netflix and Peacocks and all them pay-per-views, bye-bye.
So how do you get them?
Through ESPN and all their pay-per-views.
The ESPN Plus.
Yeah, do you have to be a member of ESPN Plus?
Oh, I'm sure they're going to have a whole line of a whole menu of what you can buy.
Didn't WWE just go to Netflix though?
Yep.
But there has to be some kind of contract.
Well, it probably was a 1-year deal, and the ESPN deal takes effect for 2026. So.
Well, just cancel your old
subscription. ESPN WWE.
Oh, it's starting in 2026. Okay.
Yeah, they just had Triple H on ESPN, talking about it. Huge.
Well, and they did something as well with the NFL. That's why I showed you this morning.
Yeah, they bought the NFL Network. No more Red Zone.
The Red Zone, yeah.
Anything affiliated with the NFL Network. Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, and what do they get? 10% of the NFL too, or something like that?
They signed off on 10%. Yes. Yeah. Crazy. Anyway, welcome one and all. Another edition of this Fan's View. Crazy week, crazy busy week for all of us. We're all running in different directions, but life has been good. So, Johnny, fantasy, any updates?
Oh yeah, definitely got some more updates. We got the leaderboards changing a little bit. We had William Zolnick jump up there. Scotty Black moved up a little bit.
I see that Carl guy in the top 5.
Yep, he's still hanging around there.
Yep. Nelly.
Oh yeah. Corey Vandenbecker, he moved up as well a little bit. So yeah, there's a lot of people moving around, moving and shaking there, and Paul Downey and Kyle are hanging on to the 1 and 2 spots right at the moment. So
cool.
Yeah, it's going well, and some people survived the Aaron Judge injury. He's back playing again. I'll be sending out messages tomorrow for everybody to get out for Emmanuel Clase, and who's the other one? There's one other player as well that was hurt that we need to make a.
Is that your biggest challenge every week? Is getting the changes from the injured players to and from?
That is the biggest thing, but it's not really a problem because everybody keeps up with it pretty well, and they're on top of it, so it's not too bad. Like I said, I mean, last week was hard because of Aaron Judge, because 90% of everybody who signed up for our league had Aaron Judge, so it's a big one. It's when you get the other smaller guys that maybe only 10 people have picked. It's not too big of a deal.
Okay.
So
right.
Yeah, it's going well, and we'll be starting football soon. It's crazy.
Yeah, we
want to
will.
talk about being fast. You want to be talking about coming around fast. It's like the football season's coming around. That's even more crazy.
Yeah, it is. Tomorrow night, first preseason game, and the Bengals coach is saying that Joe Burrow and some of his starters are playing.
It sounded like all of them were playing. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Maybe just
a series or two.
A couple plays.
Yeah, I mean, I think they've started out slow the past couple of years. The Bengals, very slow, and it's what's probably made them miss the playoffs the past couple of years. They started out 0-3, 0-4 that first month, and
that's just an excuse.
Well, it probably is. You're right, but they're trying to change something up and get a different mojo.
Good. No better place than Philadelphia.
Yeah, and how crazy is talking about practice tomorrow or scrimmage game tomorrow, but the only live game for the Eagles is sold out this year, or practice.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Sunday at 6:00. Yeah. They're selling tickets are hot item. They're the secondary market's $50 a ticket.
Is that what they're going for?
$50.
Yeah.
Yep.
We did that one year. You remember that, Tony? We went to the open practice that one year.
You paid $50.
No, it's $10.
Yeah, it's
I
like
think.
$5 or $10.
Base value's $10.
Yeah. It's cheap, but yeah, it sold out. Because usually you have sections that are open, but that's what happens when you win the Super Bowl, right? You get those
They don't open the upper bowl, do they? Isn't it just lower bowl seats?
Oh, okay. So
or am I crazy?
I don't remember that time we were there if they opened the second level.
Yeah, I think it's just the lower bowl, and I could hey, if I'm wrong, somebody jump in and say I'm out of my mind.
I wonder if this year though they expanded that to accommodate more people, because what I will say is when we went, from my experience, was there's a lot of like families and kids that go because that's probably their only opportunity to really see the team all season because tickets are so expensive.
Right. Yeah.
No, it's true. And they had. I think when we went a couple years ago when Joe Flacco was here, and I think you're right. The upper bowl may not have been available or small. They had certain areas like blocked off.
I can't remember. Did I go with you, Lauren?
Yeah, the three of us went.
And we had field passes then, didn't we?
No.
Well, whoever I went with, I had field passes because I was on the field.
I know you went with Mom one time, but this was way before the setup they have now.
Yeah, this was just a couple of years ago. I forget. Yeah, I was on the field. I'm not sure who I was with.
You're not thinking of Tampa, are you?
No, I know I was on the field there. I remember that.
Right.
But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know who I was with.
Yeah, they do have a thing beforehand where certain people that have the tickets can go down on the field and play before.
Well, we have that for Sunday, right, Lauren?
We do.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah. Lauren got me those for Father's Day.
Yes.
So, yep.
Very cool.
Yep.
Yeah, it's always a good thing, and it'll be good after coming off the first preseason game here tomorrow.
All right. Before we jump into what's hot, and we know what's hot, Kyle Schwarber and the Philadelphia Phillies. It was a pretty cool weekend down at the bank with the alumni weekend. It's a cool weekend every year. A lot of the old timers. And man, when they ran the footage of all the Phillies that we lost this year, it breaks a tear. You know what I mean? Because we lost a lot of big names, and it's sad to see. And you get less and less guys, coming back because they can't travel, and but it was still a great event. We got to go Saturday and Sunday. Saturday, the whole family. Sunday, just Lauren and I. But it was just a Phillies do it right.
Oh yeah,
the Phillies they do it right. What's your thoughts, Lauren?
Yeah, it's one of the best weekends. I enjoyed it, especially that Sunday game. Friday night's normally reserved for the Wall of Fame. If they have somebody going in. And then Saturday is normally some sort of random thing that they'll honor alumni with. This year it was Dick Allen. But that Sunday one is kind of always just about the guys who have come back. Yeah. There's not really like a theme or necessarily a specific goal except to just announce all the guys that are still currently there.
Yeah.
Do you think that they just like send out an email to every Phillies player and just see who responds?
Yep, for sure. Yeah, there used to be.
Not everybody gets the email.
I don't see Lenny Dykstra there. He's not allowed.
Well, I don't. Just like
I'm sure they. Wait, okay. I'm sure they nixed a couple guys. I don't think they want Lenny there.
Well, who gets next? Who else would be next besides?
I'm guessing like Pete Rose would have gotten next.
Why?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't know if Mitch Williams would have been invited. He sued Major League Baseball. Tony's saying Larry Shank used to invite all the local guys. Well, it's more than just local.
Usually that's what it is. It's like a lot of the guys are local that get the invites, permanently, and then like just because of travel and stuff. I mean, they will pull some guys in, and then they usually try to do stuff.
You had guys come in. I mean,
right.
Mariano Duncan. He's not local.
No, right. No.
So the point I guess that I was trying to make was that there were a lot of guys this year whose names I hadn't either heard in a while or names I'd never heard at all. Dad, if you remember the guy that was in the wheelchair that Milt Thompson wheeled out, I mean, we both looked at each other. You had no idea who he was. I had no idea who he was. Turns out I think his name was Jimmy Schaefer.
It's like 100.
He's like 90 years old. He lives near Allentown.
God bless him.
But I've never seen him before or have even heard his name. So that was really how the question got started was, did he just sort of happen to check his email that day and, was like, all right, I'm in. How does that exactly go down?
Yeah, I'll get somebody to drive me.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
But yeah, I mean, it's just, the list, the video that they ran of all the players that we lost this year. I mean, I think it was like 20, 25 guys on that list.
Wow.
Yeah, it was huge, So.
And talk about that today. Today's the 8th anniversary of Darren Dalton pass.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, we've lost a lot of guys, but it's good to see a lot of them are still attached.
Yeah.
It was really cool to see Robin Roberts. Who was it? His grandson threw out a first pitch.
And Richie Ashburn's
Allen's son threw out a first pitch. So it's good to see, and then, you have, the Dick Allen, Hall of Fame celebration, with his son. Joe, you're never late. You're here, and that's all that matters. It was just a great celebration, and I'm trying to still figure out, and I asked a couple people what those Wall of Fame rings cost. John Middleton, those rings have got to be expensive. John, have you?
Sure, but I mean, you only have to get 1, 2, maybe 3 a year.
Yeah, but how about the initial out of pocket?
The initial cost, yeah.
Because everybody got them, 2 years ago, was it?
Yeah, I think it was 2 years ago that they got them, and it was probably, I would say they're probably $4,000 or $5,000 maybe. Probably every bit of it.
Every bit of 5 Gs.
Right.
Yeah. The Steve Roth guy's looking any more podcasters. No, our room is full.
I don't think we could handle another.
Yeah, our room is full, Steve.
It's hard enough juggling the 4 of us.
Yeah, But just an all-around great weekend. Friday night, Saturday. They have it broken up and they do it right. The whole Chase Utley thing, pulling the drapes off of the plaques out in Ashburn Alley. To the Monday golf outing. The party at John Middleton's house. I didn't get invited, John. How about you? Did you get invited?
No, I didn't. I'm a little disappointed.
I would have thought, I thought they would have, well, whatever. We didn't get invited. Lauren, did you get invited?
No, but why would I?
I don't know. I mean, we talk so much Phillies baseball that, come on. We have them all on the show. We have them live. Somewhere you want to be a co-host. He wants to be a coach. How much money you got? Oh my. Yeah, just an absolute great weekend. And then for us, Lauren, how cool was it Sunday night when we get to see Duran, with the whole entourage of the tarantula and all the music, the lights out, I mean, how cool.
I actually found out, I guess, was it during last night's game, maybe? But in the MLB app, the ballpark app, if you have the Phillies selected as your favorite team, there's now a button for you to press for his entrance. So you don't necessarily have to turn the flashlight on your phone. If you press that button, that's what lights up your phone. So it's pretty cool the way they factored that whole thing in. And I mean, I'm obviously not familiar with his other, entrances when he's played for other teams and stuff, but we haven't really had something like that in a while.
Well, that was actually the entrance that he did it when he was in Minnesota, and the Twins actually forwarded all that information. All the.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay.
Yeah. They had the two girls on this morning in the video room this morning on Fox. And they didn't want to give away any secrets, but they tweaked it for a save in a day game that they're going to be able to do something, when it's not nighttime.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's just pretty cool. They booed the closer yesterday. Well, they booed because it was 5-0 and it was a closing situation. So, but still, you know what? That's a lot of fun.
Oh yeah,
the place was wild Sunday night. We were right there and saw the ESPN crew. They were just all fired up. The cameramen in the well, they were all fired up. It was just a great scenario. And the Phillies took 2 out of 3.
Right.
So, all is good in the world this week, right, Lauren?
That is right.
Always good. We got nothing to bitch about except a loss today, and they left 11 men on base. So
I kind of figured. No, but I mean, it was cool. Duran himself, he didn't even realize that the Phillies would have had that all that information for being able to put that show on when he came in his first time, and it was a class move by the Twins. Moving, giving all that stuff. To the Phillies, because I'm sure Anthony, all this stuff, that if you guys in Reading would have made that, something like that, that it costs money, right? Type of thing, that just
a lot of work,
going into that. So, just
a lot of work, but I'm sure they're loading up on the number 59 merch for the next stand.
that and all the little spiders.
Yeah. They'll be cashing in on that for sure because he's become very, very popular very fast.
Yes, it'll be just in time for the Red October with the spider, with the Halloween and everything.
There you go. John, I guess this question's probably more for you, but Lauren and Anthony, you guys can certainly dig in. Were you pleasantly surprised? Were you happy with the 2 players that we got at the deadline?
Yeah, we kind of talked about it a little bit. It kind of broke when we were, as far as Duran at least anyway, last week when we were on the show, and we had the wrong Duran when we thought initially.
Yeah, right.
And then when and I was a little disappointed if that was going to be the case, but then once we got it figured out that it was the closer, it was like we're all in. I mean, this is. I mean, just look at what it does for this team. I mean, it's just like, you asked me when I came in on Friday. It was like, how you feeling? Well, it's great. It was like, it's not that he's going to do 4-pitch outs every time he's out there, but you go out there when a guy's throwing 102, 103 miles an hour, consistently, you're gonna lose every once in a while. A guy's gonna time one up and put one out, on him just because of the force that he gives it, to the batter. But you got a feeling that the game's over. Once that song comes on, and we haven't had that here in Philadelphia since Brad Lidge. Really.
I mean, I don't really remember a closer in my lifetime that had an introduction like that. I mean,
Not really a thing.
yeah, I remember, whenever Brad Lidge was coming in, you felt pretty confident that he was going to close out the game, but not this show beforehand. And like Anthony was kind of saying, it's relatively new to the sport, I think. So this is our first taste of that, to have sort of this grand entrance before somebody comes out.
Well, some of these high-end closers, the Chapmans of the world, there's
Edwin Diaz with the Mets with the trumpet guy.
there's a little bit of it, but nothing to this magnitude, especially when it's night games and you got a night show and a music and the flashlight.
Well, I don't know. I'm not in any other, stadium, so I don't know the magnitude of what the other ones look like. I'm just saying for the Phillies, this is our first one.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Everyone has digital lights now, so everyone can do that. Can do something. They could change the color we can change the color wherever we want. So I'm sure you're just going to see more of it.
So correct me if I'm wrong, Anthony, but you just said about digital lights, which reminded me. So at the Reading game, at first, you guys didn't have digital lights, even as recently as a couple years ago.
Yeah, no, it's
mandatory. And Scott would come on and say something like, take a couple, wait a couple minutes before you get up for the lights to fully come on. And that's not the case anymore.
Right.
So if you didn't have these digital lights,
every major league team has them now.
Right.
You have to have them.
Yeah.
Well, especially, in Philly, after home runs, you know what I mean? The Liberty Bell goes nuts. You know what I mean? And there's a celebration there as well.
But all that's relatively new. I would say within the last 5 years?
Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, back in the day, Mariano Rivera had the song. Like you would have a song when they would come in. And, I think even Brad Lidge had a song, but nothing to the shows. Like that. And Joe, the Mets did lose already today. They almost got no hit until the ninth inning with 2 outs.
2 outs away, right? What the Mets lose? Like their last 8 games or something?
Yeah, they've been free falling. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the Phillies are holding 2.5 games and heading to Texas for the weekend.
Texas, then the Reds, and then Mets. Is it?
I think it's
the Mets after. I think it's the Mets after the Reds. But it'll be nice to get rid of playing these American League teams. That's for sure.
Yeah, you've got the Rangers and then the Reds and the Nationals for 4.
Oh, Nationals afterwards. Okay.
Yeah, then they come back home for the Mariners and the Nationals and the Mets.
There you go. I knew they were coming up the Mets. Okay.
And then the Braves. So you got a long homestand coming up. So you're going to get a whole lot of Duran coming back home.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's for sure.
But Tony Bednar from the Pirates used to come into something similar. Lights in the stadium go off and on. You have any insight on that?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think the lights come off. They definitely play his music.
Yeah, the music I know because they did a bobblehead and that has that music in it.
He's not doing very well in New York, by the way.
No one.
So he doesn't want to be there.
No one relaxes for 2 seconds. Let the guy get his underwear clean first. You know what I mean? Give him a minute before we say he's not doing too good.
You're the typical general manager.
Well, everyone says that about everyone. They said, let's get rid of Harrison Bader already. I said, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
How about we give guys a minute to breathe? It's pretty hard to hit a baseball.
Yeah. Well, to go back to what Carl was asking about Harrison Bader, Bader's going to be fine. He's a quality outfielder. He's a big upgrade from Johan Rojas. And, like you said, he's struggling a little bit. He had his first home run. His first hit was the home run, the 3-run homer. he's one of those guys. It's just he's
He'll fit in. He's going to fit in nice. I'm just curious to see, because the manager said he wanted to see the next 6 games, and he was going to platoon his guys. And to me, I took that as a challenge that he wants to see who wins the jobs. I mean, I don't know about you, John.
No, you're 100% right. That's what he's putting it out there for, and giving Kepler his last chance. To go out there. I mean, it kind of stinks. That he said that already. That hey, we're going to flip flop the next 6 games. Just way the pitching matchups just lined up that way. But because Bader hit the home run and then he sits the next day, and Kepler hit the home run yesterday and he was benched. He was sitting today. So the guys don't get into that rhythm a little bit, but that's part of the platoon. If you're not doing things, and Bader's got actually better numbers against righties than lefties. So he's kind of a reverse split numbers there. So.
Well, to be honest with you, I think he wanted to give guys a day off, and with tomorrow being a day off, they get a nice little rest rolling into to a busy road trip, and then you come right home and you're going to be playing every day for a while. So
and it sounded like they had a tough matchup, pitching wise, the next 3 days in Texas. So
okay. I haven't even looked at that series yet, but
I haven't looked at the pitching matchup, but they were talking about that whoever the pitching matchups were, they were
okay.
A couple tough pitchers going there. So
all right. So where are we at? Baseball, Reading. You're on a nice little break. You're on a nice little vacation, Anthony. Yes.
Definitely vacation. Yeah. No, we're back Tuesday through Sunday, and then there's just 18 games left. That's it. It's moving by quick.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. We have next week, Tuesday is a Jersey, and a bunch of fireworks nights, Harley night on Saturday, Sunday's the Fanatic, and then I think we're back with, just 12 games after that. Crazy.
But your season ends a little bit later this year than it has in the
past.
past.
It doesn't end until the 14th. So they go on another 2-week road trip after the next homestand after this to finish up the last 6 at home. So,
okay.
It'll be good. I mean, this will be the big one because, kids go back to school at some point late August, and in September they'll be back in school. So this will be the last, I would say, pretty big homestand other than the last weekend or so, which will probably be busy too.
When did that start happening? Kids going back to school before Labor Day? What have I missed?
It's happened just because of Jen being a teacher. They go back for a couple of days just to get time in. It's the weirdest thing. She
Did you just blame it on Jen?
No, I just was saying. I only reason I can
speaking from experience.
I'm just speaking from experience that it's like they go in and it's like she hates it because it's like the first week is like the hardest, to kind of set the groundwork for your class, and she's like, we come in and it's like we get things started, and then it's like 2 days later you're gone, and they're gone for a long weekend, and then you come back, and then by the time you come back they forget about how it was supposed to be, and then you're starting back over again. So
Joe Stinger's asking who's playing the best baseball in Reading right now. I think the best player got traded.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Yeah, Henry Mendez was the best player. He got traded with the Twins, and I guess you would say the best player is, I have no idea what he's hitting, is Aiden Miller, but we don't. Our team's not that stocked, unfortunately.
Yeah,
he just had his 40th stolen base. They
posted that he's got 40 stolen bases, which hasn't been done. I think it said since 2009.
Okay.
And then who's that other guy? Felix Reyes?
Yeah, he's doing all right. I don't know that he's the top.
Two people together.
I don't know that he's a big prospect, but I think he's doing okay.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
next year is going to be a big year in Reading because you got a lot of talent down at Jersey Shore. They just moved up a plethora of guys from down in Clearwater up to Jersey Shore. So,
well, the Phillies are going to have some interesting things to do because I don't know where they're putting all these people. They got a lot of people in Lehigh Valley that they're going to have to get rid of if that's the case.
right.
So I don't know. I don't know what's happening.
Well, that or they're going to lose a lot of the guys that are in Reading, type of thing.
Yeah, maybe.
If they're not progressing because the guys that are in Lehigh are kind of like ready to go, maybe for the major leagues if need be, type of thing. But other than Crawford, there's not a lot of guys that are actually prospects. I don't think at AAA.
All right. Well, let's dial it back into the major league team and how are we feeling, about the current team with the additions that we've already seen, plus we've got a couple more coming. How, are we feeling more confident this week than last? Because I know Lauren makes fun of you and I, John.
Oh, yeah. She was already doing it earlier today.
Yeah. So, I mean,
just because we pointed out the fact that they lost today.
So I will say this bracelet that I have on here, it says "Go Phils." Sorry, on this side of it, I got that on Sunday. Apparently, this girl goes around the stadium. She's like the unofficial Phillies bracelet lady or something like that. I forget what her Instagram handle is. But you can go up to her and just get a free bracelet. Since I had gotten this bracelet, they hadn't lost until today.
Bad juju.
So the bracelet was like the good luck, like, they were going to win the rest of the games all season. So it could still be good luck, but I'm just saying, since I got this, they've kind of been playing better.
Does the one side say "Go Phils" and the other side says "Be patient"?
It doesn't, but it should say that. I'm going to get you guys 2 bracelets that say "Be patient."
There you go.
I think we've gotten a whole lot better the last month. I guess
because they've been playing better?
Ever since Harper came back?
Well, I mean, we're talking the sport, so you got to be critical at times when they're not playing well, right? I mean, it's not like you're playing bad. Like, oh, good job, Johnny, you just struck out 16 times in a row. You guys you're doing great. You got to point out that they suck right at the moment.
Well, speaking of that, I don't know if you guys watch post game. They were trying, Kruk and Tom and T-Mac were trying to interview Kepler last night.
Yeah.
Right? And to me, it was the hardest interview I've ever seen on television. Am I wrong, John?
No, you're right.
I mean, they were trying to have conversation with the guy, and he was trying to handle it as gracefully as he could. Because, let's face it, he was having a horrible year. You know what I mean? And for him to have a couple of big hits and, took the Phillies to victory, last night, it just goes to show, what a up and down game this is. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And if you listen to sports radio, and I know you do, John, and I do occasionally, you don't want to listen to sports radio in Philly after a loss. You positively don't want to listen to it because they will shred you in a minute.
Oh yeah, no, it is, and like he was joking about it that the booing is our love language.
Yep. Yep.
I mean it's it is, and I think once players understand that, and I think Jimmy kind of hit it on his speech on Friday a little bit as well, and I think the players actually, listened and it clicked with them when Jimmy said it to them, about, wanting to be, playing in Philadelphia. You're not going to want anything better. And,
yep.
The teams, players or fans are hard on you at times, but, use that as the motivation to become, great because that's all they want out of you.
Well, speaking about guys that have had a rough time with fans and being booed, what does the Phillies do with Alec Boehm when he's ready to come back? They have they have filled in very nicely without him. Does he automatically get the third base job back? I mean, that would make the most sense, right?
Oh yeah, no, he'll definitely get his spot back. That's without a question. Because then you're going to put Sosa and Kemp, type of guys back on the bench, which will hopefully help the bench out a little bit. And see from there. I mean, it's I don't think he's going to lose his job. Because I mean, as well, even though they played well, I don't know that they played better than what you would think Baltimore or
yeah, but they've held it down.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah. No. They
Sosa, Kemp, and Joe Stinger. This might be the best question of the night so far. Who's the biggest surprise for the Phillies? And to me, I think it's Emando Sosa, because I think he's filled in. He's filled in at second base. They had him out in left field for a couple of games. He's been at third base, and he's been everywhere for them.
Yeah, I mean, he's not a surprise for me because I expect that from him because I think that's him. But I would say my biggest would be how Brandon Marsh turned things around.
That's a good one. Yep.
I mean, he's sneakily batting 300 since he's come back off the disabled list. And doing things what we expect.
Yep.
He's not swinging for the fences. Yesterday's home run was a line drive basically that
Right.
just carried out of the ballpark. But he's doing what he's supposed to. He's not trying to be Bryce Harper. He's just getting up there, hitting the ball where the ball is pitched. You see him going to the outside, hitting the ball to the left field a lot, which is great. Again,
Joe is saying Sanchez, and that's another excellent choice. You know what I mean? He's pitched. He's been unbelievable. But Anthony, what are your thoughts on the Phillies finally sending Rojas back to AAA?
I missed that.
Have any?
Did you know that?
No.
I didn't even know that happened.
Yeah. Right after the trade deadline, he was one of the moves, and he was sent back to AAA. So
I don't know.
I haven't followed him. I don't know. I would assume Crawford's still playing center field, and
that's the thing. Rojas is playing center field,
and they moved Crawford.
Yeah, Crawford's playing left field.
Okay.
That's the part that I don't get and I don't understand. I don't like that part of it.
Well, they're just trying to test them, I guess, right?
Yeah, trying to make them more versatile, right? Because no Phillies prospect can have just one position that they can play. They got to play multiple positions. But,
yep. I guess.
Yeah, I don't understand how you just take your top prospect and move him out of his position because Rojas is coming down.
I don't think they know what they're doing out there. They have no idea what they're doing in the outfield in general.
Right. Well, no.
At the major league level, at the minor league level, I don't think they know what they're doing at all.
Right. I mean, it should be right now. Brandon Marsh and Bader out there in the outfield. Go from there. Put Brandon Marsh in left field and keep Harrison Bader in center field and Nick Castellanos in center. And,
right.
And then, everybody else is on the bench and get rid of the platoons and see what we got. See how that works and and then give them a day. Kepler can come out here and there type of thing and it's just time. You got to set this lineup up and get them ready because as we saw, when you guys were there this weekend, when the bottom of that order is hitting, the team scores a lot of runs. And again, you get a weaker lineup today in the bottom of the order, and they struggle.
Well, that's gonna be what normally that's how you win or not in the playoffs. Everybody's you guys hit. You gotta have those bench type guys or guys 7, 8, 9 that have to figure out how to hit unless you're gonna not beat the Dodgers and other teams.
Right, and that's why, like I said, if you have Bader and Marsh playing more often, getting into the routine of playing every day, where they're at the bottom of the order, you get them going. Same thing with Stott. Have Stott playing more And then you get Alec Boehm coming back and stuff. So.
Even if you want to get those guys in once or twice a week, that's fine.
Right.
But not platoon, because you're going to need the guys on the bench to hit in the playoffs. If they're not playing at all, they're not going to hit. So I wouldn't say platoon. We shouldn't change every other day or something. But, pick the 3 guys that you want to play every day, and the other guys can come in once or twice a week just to get some at-bats, and that's that.
Exactly. No, you're 100% right. That's what you got to do it. You got to get ready now. You're less than 50 games. We like 46 games, 47 games, something like that left in the season.
Yep.
You got to get that lineup going and rolling.
I found it interesting during the Orioles series to look across the dugout to see Cody Ashe and Tommy Joseph as the hitting coach and the assistant hitting coach, for the major league team, the Baltimore Orioles.
Yeah.
Good for them. Great for them. But I just find it a little bit amusing, 2 former Philly prospects, made it to the big leagues, but I just found that pretty funny to see them too, and it just seemed like every time the camera was over there, they were giggling about something, but interesting. And then the Orioles are, one of the worst teams in baseball. So, but they ground out a win today against the Phils. So, good for them. Lauren, it's your time to shine.
Okay.
I gave you plenty of notice. It's 7:12.
I'm ready.
You ready?
You didn't really give me notice. You're giving me notice now. So if I wasn't prepared, it's not like I had 20 minutes to think about it.
Yeah, but you're already thinking about next week. So,
well, I'm off next week. I don't have to. Oh no, that's right. I have to come.
Not off. You're live. You're live. You're live. Oh my God, Johnny, do you believe this?
I know. You it's like big time now. Like you got that whole segment. It's your show now.
Oh. Man, I forgot about this. All right.
That's not one question. You got to have multiple questions.
Oh,
I know.
So at least now you got.
Now you did give me a week notice. Thank you.
You got a week minus 45 minutes.
All right. Thank you.
Let's see what you got this week.
All right. So when you're at the Phillies game, or any sporting event for that matter, because we experienced it at the Flyers, there's a lot of Eagles chants. And that's obviously relative to them doing well. What would you say the city of Philadelphia is? Is it a football town? Is it a hockey town, baseball, or basketball? And you can only pick one.
I think that's easy.
Yeah.
Yeah?
First of all, I think it's ridiculous that they do it at the Phillies games.
I would agree.
That's totally ridiculous.
Did you see the headline, John? What's the manager of the Yankees' name? Aaron Boone. I guess there was an Eagles chant when did the Phillies just play the Yankees? And
Yes.
the Phillies just played at the Yankees. And I guess there was a lot of Eagles chants as that was happening. And I guess he was quoted saying, I don't like that. I think it's like disrespect or something like that. But the best part is when you actually look into it, he's an Eagles fan.
Right. Oh yeah.
He doesn't like that they're being brought into the baseball world.
Well, It happened out in Pittsburgh when we were out there for the weekend.
Oh, that's right. It did.
It happened out in Pittsburgh.
It happens everywhere. Like whenever the Eagles or the Phillies are playing.
What do you say?
Well, the Phillies were getting shellacked.
That's what
they lost 3.
Yeah.
They lost 3. They got their ass handed.
I think that's what bothers me the most. When they're at in a Phillies game and they're winning, you don't really hear that when you're getting your butt kicked, it's like, well, because you lost 3 games means you need to do an Eagles chant 3 games out of a million games. Relax. Like, I don't understand people.
Yeah, no, that's totally disrespectful. Like you said, it's not warranted. But
I mean, Joe brings up a good point that it used to be a hockey town.
It did.
It's whatever sport is winning.
Yeah.
They haven't won anything in 50 years. So,
Okay.
you know.
Well, my question to you, Anthony, would be for Pittsburgh, would you say that that's a football town through and through?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, the Penguins have obviously won their fair share of cups.
They have.
And the Pirates back in the day were very good, but it's always been a football town.
Depends where you go. Like New York, they love you. It'll be Christmas Day and sports radio. They're talking about the Yankees and the Mets.
Right.
It really depends where you are. I would imagine in general, most cities are football towns.
And why do you think that is?
Because that's the most popular sport.
But
So-
it's got the least amount of games.
Yeah.
So does
you
that
get-
add to it?
Yeah. So it gets you all jacked up to talk about it for the next week.
Okay.
Yeah, because like you said, it's a major event. Every game is a major event. You know,
Right.
You got 162 baseball games. So
Pardon the interruption. Lauren asked a question. Nobody answered it.
Well, we're getting there. We're talking about it.
All right, okay.
I mean,
don't know how
yeah,
much
you
time-
said it's an
I don't know
easy
how much time
answer.
do you need?
Well, we said it was an easy answer, and it was the football town.
Is that what you're getting at? The easy answer is that it's a football town?
No doubt. 100%. 100%.
I'm not as sold.
Oh,
Well, it is because it's just the event factor. And the Phillies are taking over as well. It's just that it's a
Well, you know how you know the answer is how you know the answer.
Go on.
If the Eagles aren't doing good, they'll still talk about the Eagles. If the Phillies have 10 years of doing horrible, they're not talking about the Phillies the same way they're talking about the Eagles. That's how you know.
Joe Stinger. It happens in the Walmart down here.
Could you imagine? Well, that's because there's so many people that move there from
That's
here.
awesome. That's awesome, Joe
But yeah,
Stinger.
no, it is a football. I think it's just the macho-ness of it as well.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like the answer is baseball.
No.
Did you guys ever think that maybe they drank too much booze?
The football?
No, the fans chanting.
Oh, of course they
You
do.
know
Well,
that.
yeah, that's a given. I don't know. I feel like it's summer, there's more people, it's a longer season. I don't know. Maybe I'm in the minority on this one. That's okay.
If
though.
the Phillies stunk,
Yeah,
you're not going to say it's a baseball town. You're not going to hear about any when they're playing at the Vet and want to get rid of Charlie Manuel and they stink. No one's saying it's a baseball town.
I mean, just like you guys saw it, and everybody else sees it too. When Red October comes around and playoffs are coming around, everybody's behind.
But you know what's interesting, and I'll put a different spin on it. The way all the teams respect each other. The Flyers show up over at the Phillies to take batting practice, and the Eagles, show up to take batting practice, and vice versa. They go to the Eagles practice, and they all support each other.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I talk about it all the time, and I'm the biggest critic of ripping a team when they're not playing well or whatever the case may be. What a great sports town. I mean, what a great sports city.
Right.
Yeah. What was it? Just a couple of years ago, we had the Phillies in the World Series, the Eagles going to the Super Bowl, the Union was playing for the championship. I mean, I even think the Sixers were in the first round of the playoffs that year. I mean, it was just so delightful that we had them all like on the back page. The page wasn't big enough.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So I do have a question then. Has it ever been a basketball town?
Ooh.
It used to be, yeah. I mean, it used to be back in the day, especially more college basketball, and
Philly used to be a huge basketball town.
Yeah.
I mean,
But did they ever reign supreme? Were they ever the number one?
I think.
well, you know what? Maybe a little bit because the Eagles were horrible, in the 70s
and even
Right.
that bad run of the Phillies, after
Right.
2008, 9-10, then things, spiraled.
Yeah, because you had the 67. What was it? 67. The Sixers were a good team, and yeah. So I mean, you had a run there where the Sixers were good. Yeah, I mean, it was a basketball town, but again, it's just it's ebb and flows, and that's what's good about this city. We when everybody's behind it. Like you were saying, Carl, I think even the Flyers weren't they like pushing for, and they ended up falling short, but didn't they push for the playoffs a couple of years ago with Carter Hart there?
Mm-hmm.
So
they were a lot better then than they are
right.
now.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So like that year, you had pretty much every sport team, potentially, having a chance at the playoffs, and of course they fell short, the Flyers, but
well, there aren't many cities that are basketball towns. Right. LA maybe, and New York. The Knicks saw it every game, but I don't. But that's about it. I mean,
how about Chicago? That's a big city. Chicago's a very big city.
Yes. I mean, it wouldn't have been a basketball town until Jordan came in. I don't know if it still is.
So basically, the root of the question is, if the town only had one team,
they're going to pick the Eagles.
Are they picking the Eagles or are they picking the Phillies?
The Eagles.
They're picking the Eagles, yeah.
And
only because I think it's a bigger, again, just a machismo thing. It's just the men go through it and get rowdy, and they have their tailgate parties, and it's just an event. Baseball games, you take your kids to the baseball games and you have fun, watching. It's 162 games, and with baseball you got to be a little bit too patient, and this city's just not patient. So you only got 16 games versus 162. So
all right.
We're already worried about game 2 with the Eagles. Like game 1 doesn't even matter now.
Right. Yeah, and Adam Parsons may not be playing.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's Tom Canine, Eagle Sports Radio 24/7, baseball for me. Nothing better in sports when your baseball team is good. You can attest to that, right, Anthony?
Yeah, I don't know much about that, but I imagine.
Can you imagine it's nice?
Imagine it must be nice.
Yeah, no, it is. I mean, it's a good thing.
I know 2 Pirates fans. One won't talk to me about Pirates, and the other guy, I wish he didn't talk to me about the Pirates. I mean, it's just.
I don't know what the hell he's got to talk about. There's nothing to talk about other than complaining.
Goose will just keep talking and just.
Oh my gosh!
He's talking about current, or he's talking about old?
Oh, current.
There's nothing to talk about.
He's I think he's trying to put a group together to buy the Pirates. I honestly believe that.
He's saying that Paul Skeens by himself is going to win the Pirates a World Series.
I'm not really sure how that's going to happen.
That's a great question. That really is it's a good question. Especially when you got the Eagles going for another Super Bowl, the Phillies looking to get back into their 3rd World Series in 4 years, or 4th in 5 years. Which is it? Yeah,
3rd and 5. 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5. So I mean, just a great sports town, all in all. I mean, I make, I mean, it's kept Carl's Cards alive for 30 plus years, right? Here we are podcasting every week, once a week. What are we talking? Philly sports, right? So I mean, this is our livelihood. I mean, it's just nothing better, right?
Not at all.
Nothing better. Nothing better. Hey, let's dial it back to Thursday night at Carl's Cards with Jimmy Rollins in the house. How cool was that? How cool was that? We all were there. It was a busy night. 300 plus, fans waiting in the rain. You talk about fans in the city. Come out for a guy that's, hadn't played in years, and he took the time and talked to everyone, and kissing babies and high-fiving kids, and nothing better.
Yeah, Jimmy was great. He was great, like you said, with everybody that came in here, and the crowd was awesome as well, like you said, because of having to dodge rain and then on and off with the rain and stuff. And
yep.
They were here 2.5 hours before he even showed up, and
yep.
Yeah, it was great. The stories that he was telling was good as well, and
Has anyone gotten to watch his video that is on YouTube? I have not got to see it yet.
Not yet. No, I've seen it. Yeah.
I'm hoping to watch it tonight. Actually, I'd like to watch it tonight. It's narrated by Ryan Howard.
Ryan Howard. Yep.
So I'm looking forward to maybe there'll be a little footage of Carl's cards in that video. Who knows?
There was a lot of video taken.
There was a lot of video going on.
I think they have every square inch of that signing recorded in either a photo or a video.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
But it was good. You know, actually, that brings up a good point, Dad. When did signings, much like closers, become a production? When did signings sort of shift from the guy comes in by himself, drives himself, sits down,
you don't have to reserve a spot for him out front and send a guard out to make sure he gets in okay?
Yeah, I mean, we've always kind of done that. So that's kind of just part of, making sure he's got a spot to park. But now 9 times out of 10, the player has a significant other with them, which is fine. And then an agent or a marketing person that we probably worked with to get the player. And then they start bringing in content people who are going to record this. I mean, the Jalen Brunson signing is probably the closest thing I have to the Jimmy Rollins signing in comparison to how much of a production that was. Now, there wasn't nearly as many people for Jalen Brunson the way there was for Jimmy Rollins, so it's not exactly apples to apples. But I think with this day and age, with social media and all of that, I mean, it's become its own. It's like a sideshow.
Right. Yep.
It's crazy to watch, and it's even crazier to be a part of because your store is great, but there's no denying that it's not exactly built to hold 10 people that are all there to kind of do the same thing. So yeah, I'm just curious, when do you think that started happening? I mean, within the last couple years post-COVID?
May have gone back before that because I think, when the 08 Phillies, became such a big hit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we had a lot of those guys prior to them winning in 08.
Right.
The Victorinos, the Greg Dobbs, the West Coast guys.
Yeah.
They bring a little flair to the store.
Sure.
But it started to really social media probably, unhinged everything.
It's crazy though to compare it. So you have a hockey legend like Gordie Howe come to the store, and he had two guys with him, maybe even just one, and I don't remember, but it was his son.
Right.
And that's it. And then you have somebody like Jimmy Rollins, who is great in his own right.
No, I got you.
Throwing any shade at Jimmy Rollins, but he's got like a team of 10. And you're almost like, guys, we were tripping over each other.
Right.
And during the signing, I'm like, when did it get to this point?
Now.
We're living in it. We're living in the transition.
Because those old guys that come, Bill's bringing Billy. That's who's coming. But
right.
Anyone new is bringing an entourage because they want to be the next thing.
Right.
Well,
okay.
we're making renovations here at Carl's Cards. We got hooks and stuff up around so they can hang cameras and stuff, for next time. So
here's one for you. Drew Holiday, and he brought his wife, who was a former USA soccer player.
Right.
And once people found out that she was on the other side, they wanted her autograph before Drew Holiday. You know what I mean? I mean, it's I think after Jimmy Thursday night, I think we may have seen it all.
Yeah.
I hope so.
But that's not to say it wasn't great.
Oh, yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
It was
We
great.
just want to see the video, right? Right, Anthony? We just
What's
want
that?
to see, we just want to see the video.
Oh man, I hope you didn't get any in my face.
He was great. I mean, you could almost make the argument that he was like too great. Like to the point where there were moments where I was like, Jimmy, we have to move on to the next people. It's raining outside. Like
Matt said the same thing.
yeah, we got to keep this going. But yeah, it was a lot. There was a lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, like you
We
said,
were exhausted sitting at Applebee's trying to drink a beer. I know.
I will say I don't think maybe once or twice every now and then you might get that, but I don't think that amount of the size of those cameras and what they were doing, I don't think most people will have that. You'll have a social media person with a phone or maybe like a little GoPro, but
I mean, guys who come in to do interviews for the news
don't have
a setup like these folks did.
Well, I came across an old picture from Darius Slay just the other month, and Channel 6 was spread out all over the floor.
Yeah, I remember that. At least that was for like 10 minutes. That wasn't the whole signing.
they had lights and camera. They had the lights, the cameras, and everything.
All right, so I'll spin this one on you. Jason Kelsey, how many different TV stations did we have that night?
Yeah, everyone was there.
I mean, even the people 69 from Berks showed up.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean,
but the difference with them is they don't want their competitor in the background, so they were spread out all over. So you had, guys outside, which was great.
Yeah.
But, there was only – and it didn't help that Thursday night it was raining. That didn't help at all. That was it was the perfect storm. I'll just say that.
Yeah, it was. Well said.
No pun intended.
Yeah, well said. Well said. Good event. We all handled it well. I mean, you guys make, a great staff. You accommodate everyone. It's, I mean, every now and again, you got to say no. There's nothing wrong with saying no.
Just read the details. Just read the details and you won't get told no. It's pretty simple.
True.
Just read the rules.
Johnny, you got a couple of minutes. I know you can't have a rant. You can't.
I definitely got a rant.
Have you met him? Of course he has a rant.
Come on, Johnny. You can't have a rant.
All 4 major teams in Philadelphia could have just won championships and he'd still have a rant.
John, let me tell you, this rant better be about the Sixers or the Flyers or something, because if it's about the Phillies, I'm just going to walk right out of here.
No, you're not. You're kind of stuck with this cord.
You're stuck with the cord wrapped around your hands. But it's a good thing then, because it is about the Sixers. So
thank God.
And we may have heard the breaking news that I have the breaking news spanner again as well. We have that as well. We're going here, and we can even go all in because we're going all in with this one as well. That this guy has to retire. Joel Embiid, it's time, dude. It's time. He's not even going to be ready for training camp this year, which is going to set him back, and he's not going to be ready to play again, this year. We're going to get him again for 12 games.
What's wrong with him?
He's got a bad big toe right at the moment.
Oh, Anthony said it's because he's a bitch.
Well, I was trying to say it nicely, but yes, we could have said other words, but yes, Anthony's 100% right there. It's time for him to go. His knees aren't going to allow him to play basketball. He had surgery. He's not ready to play again. And you just retire. You're still going to get paid. You're just going to medical retirement. You're getting paid, and the Sixers get off from under your contract. And the same thing. I'll even throw Paul George in the same thing. Have another broken finger and just retire medically and move on. Because you're just dragging the sports down. Because again, we want to have fun in this sports town, and going through another year of the Sixers with battling these two guys, whether or not they're going to be in today or they're not going to be in, it's not going to be a fun year. It's just time.
John, they not to cut you off, but they've done, just like I always say, they've done nothing at the top management wise. They're all still there.
Exactly.
That's probably the least exciting team in the city, and they couple years ago were the most exciting team in the city. It's a real shame.
No, it's right. I mean, you have. I mean, Joel's got all the talent when he's able to play. We get it, but because he can't be on the field, or on the court, he has no value to the city. Unfortunately, it's just a shame. And just retire. Move on. Go back and spend time with your family and enjoy it.
He's teaching Arthur how to play basketball.
Well, that's okay as long as he can teach him how to stay healthy. That'll be more important. But I mean, and it's not to his own fault. I mean, he's trying, and you can't, he's hustling, and somebody falls onto his knee, and he gets hit in the face by his own teammate, and breaks his orbital bone, and then does it again in game. It just read the writing on the wall. It's time to retire and move on. It's a shame.
All right, there's Johnny's rant for tonight.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, next Wednesday night we're live at Buffalo Wild Wings in Glen Mills. We've got a great guest coming on board. We've worked with Tom Burgoyne in the past, a friend of the Fanatic, so that should be pretty exciting, right?
Absolutely.
Very. He's great.
Talking Phillies, talking just about everything. He's got a million stories about him and his Galapagos friends, and the Philly Fanatic. So looking forward to it. What are you staring at?
Mom's comment.
As long as his son can go back to back.
Back-to-back games.
Oh, Arthur. Yeah. No, Arthur's got a little growing to do. But anyway, next Wednesday night, Buffalo Wild Wings.
Ready right now?
What's that?
He's not ready right now. What is he, 4?
Yeah. So we're looking forward to that, and we're back on the road next week. So come out, join us. Wings, beers, some great raffles. We always have great raffles, don't we, Johnny?
Absolutely. Always good ones.
Probably break out a couple Jimmy Rollins items.
There you go. And Anthony, just as an FYI, one of my 2 options for the rant was a Phillies option too.
You believe that?
Yeah, I believe it. Yeah,
and it had to do with Andrew Painter and pressing him too much.
All right, well, you're going to have to hold that for 2 weeks.
I know. I have to hold that one for 2 weeks when he struggles again.
That would have probably been a better one than Joel, to be honest with you.
No.
Well, no, because it's. I'll give you the abbreviated part of it. But
no, we don't want it. Save it.
Yes, you do. You know you want
Save
it.
it.
You know you want to hear it. You know you want to hear it.
All right, hurry up. I'm going 10-9.
All right, it just you're ruining this kid by trying to talking earlier this year that he's going to be the guy coming up this year, in June, July, whenever it was going to happen, and he's struggling right now. He's 21 years
had
old.
One bad game. Stop.
He's got a 6 ERA in AAA.
Oh, stop.
He can't get out of an inning without pitching 20 pitches. Stop. He's not ready for the major leagues, and it's not his own fault. Just let him. He just got out off of Tommy John.
I know it was up to you. You cut him tomorrow.
I would have traded him, for Mason Miller, sure. I would have had Mason Miller and Duran. We would have had a back end of the bullpen that would have.
We'd had a closer for a closer, right?
Yeah, that way we don't have to worry about not having a closer pitch one day. We got a closer.
All right. Oh, enough out of you, O'Brien.
Hey, well, but it's true. We do this with all our prospects.
No, we don't. Stop. No, we don't.
Tell us all the prospects. Mick Abel got the same thing. You rushed him up as well. Now
we ended up with Duran for Mick Abel.
There you go. I'm just saying.
Count your blessings there.
Yep.
All right, closing out. Lauren, Anthony, John, you already said too much.
Ah.
What are you guys closing out with anything?
I'm good. No?
Nothing?
Nothing.
I got nothing.
Anthony, I hope your week gets better. You were a little quiet tonight.
You hope my weekend's better.
Your week
Oh,
gets better.
me too. I hope it's better.
Good. All right. Well, have a good rest of your week. Tomorrow's Thursday already. We got Eagles football tomorrow night, preseason, but that's okay. It's time to go. It's go time.
Yes, it is.
All right, guys. Have a great rest of the week.
It's a good thing I got the controls because I can say whatever I want.
Wow.
August 23rd, you got Jalen Carter, and we just added Zach Braun to the store. Coming to the store. So make sure you get your tickets. They're going fast, super
Johnny,
fast.
you better get the renovations underway.
Oh yeah, we got the hooks and they're all ready to go. So
We just
good.
need a new tin after last Thursday night with all that rain.
Yeah, we do. We got to put a couple Band-Aids on that tent. But yeah, you're going to Zach Braun. So your whole book, August 23rd is booked. 12 to 2 and 4 to 6. You're here all day with two of the premier defensive players for the Super Bowl champs.
There you go.
Get your tickets now.
Couldn't have done it better.
Now. How
about Ed Wade on Saturday? No love for Ed Wade on Saturday.
What, you got Ed Wade coming? Yeah, exactly. You got Ed Wade. I mean, you were making me rush. I mean, we got Ed Wade coming.
He's nervous. You're making him rush, Dad. He's all nervous.
I mean, this is why you got. I have a one-track mind. I got once I get pushed in going in a different
All
direction.
right, I'll make you a deal. Do your own show on Thursday nights.
All right.
Oh man.
Don't want to miss out on the tickets. That's all I'm saying.
That's it. That's all he's saying.
Ed Wade on Saturday. Philly Wall of Famer, 1:00.
Yep. Be here or be square.
All right.
There you go.
Good. Be square. Peace.